anymore, but I'd like to say why my brain and how it functions like this and kind of how it works. And it's like, if people would recognize and see how crappy of a place we were in, because we constantly talked about how much bullying we were receiving, how much harassment, how many people made hate videos, all of that stuff, all the time, we would be able to recognize that these parts of me that were out a lot was not a healthy thing.
Most everybody, man.
I'm the white guy. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what gets me? It
What?
gets me going. Okay, let's stop playing.
Motorcycles?
Yes. No.
What?
Ladies. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, but for real.
I
Ladies too.
see.
When we're going through our comments online, right? And we're going through these comments, and I'll see somebody say, oh, I miss this altar, or I miss you talking about your altars, or I miss this altar specifically, or this, and this. And it's like, damn it. I am a person with one brain that is in, yes, several parts. Okay, we've acknowledged that, right? And it's like, we've spoken so often about where we were at once upon a time when we were talking about the why. And I don't even like saying DID anymore, but I'd like to say why my brain and how it functions like this and kind of how it works. And it's like, if people would recognize and see how crappy of a place we were in, because we constantly talked about how much bullying we were receiving, how much harassment, how many people made hate videos, all of that stuff, all the time, we would be able to recognize that these parts of me that were out a lot was not a healthy thing. And like where we're at now is a healthy thing for me, where I'm at with my healing journey. Because it's like, you already know we're working with functional multiplicity. That's our jam. We want to function as multiples in this one body. And to be able to acknowledge that, and acknowledge that, oh, this is my body. This is my brain. My brain does weird, wacky, voodoo dada things. And it's like wild, because to like look back and see that for some people, it's like they don't really care. It's just entertainment for them. They're so fascinated with it. It's so fucking weird to me, honestly. Yeah, because you can't control it. It's not something I can control. It's just how my brain works and operates and functions. And like, looking back, it was so unsafe and unhealthy for me to allow people that I don't know to call these really vulnerable parts of me to the front, or say, I like this one of you, or I like this one of you. I'm like, that's really weird to say, because all my parts make up my whole in entirety and essence, which made me feel less and see more and more that I was becoming less and less a part of society, because people would say things, so they'd be like, oh, so this part of you likes to wear makeup that looks extravagant, or likes to wear pastel clothes. It's like, yeah, that's the part of my brain that's operating and functioning. And they'd be like, you're lying. That's not how this works. It's like, don't you might have a part of you that goes to work and you got to wear a suit, and then you get off of work and you're like, I don't like this. I'm going to go and wear what I like to wear, because this is the real me. But like, this real me is a lot of real me's. And it just is what it is, because that's how my brain is and how it works, and it can't be controlled. And that's like what was weird, is that people couldn't see that it's just like, oh, I'm going to do something for myself because I enjoy this, because I'm still a person and I'm still a human. But I realized feel like I was engaging in things online and interacting, and feeling that I had to push more parts of myself out while experiencing this and that. So much so that it was just like hurting me more and more. It was painful. And now I can be and exist, and all these parts of me trust themselves. And I trust myself. I'm trusting myself more. And I deserve, boys, and I deserve to be able to trust myself.
Sure do.
My brain, that's my brain trusting itself again. That's a big thing. To like see and recognize and be like, wow, like I'm a human. Before I could even like recognize that there's parts of me, you know, it is what it is.
You just go to the bathroom.
You gotta go take them out. It's okay, I'll still talk to myself.
Okay.
I don't know. Go ahead. I like talking to myself.
I'll be back.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. I feel like these are things where people would just make me and push me out of the world and society and like deem the things that I was doing. Like if I like to wear a certain item of clothing, they deem me as an outcast and things that it just doesn't really make sense. Because I'm different than everybody. Everybody's different than everybody. Everybody's different than each other. Everybody really is. I don't know why it's so hard for people to have love and acceptance for others. It's such an interesting thing. And like to now see it and realize, oh wow, Pink, you can see yourself. You're not as dissociated as you were anymore. It's like, that's a good thing. Not be as dissociated as I once was. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Like, I can move between the parts of myself and trust and know that it's okay. But I swear to have random strangers try to pull out these parts of yourself that could be struggling with trust or hurt or pain, to be called out by strangers and then treat a certain way, where people say a specific name. Those things really don't matter unless you're in a safe and contained space. You're trying to work through shit. That's one thing people won't know unless they go through it. I feel like people need to see and recognize what growth and healing can look like or what it can be, but not in the way that makes somebody like me a fucking like leader or some shit. I did not ask to be no goddamn leader, a teacher. I'm not a doctor. I mean, 28-year-old with a fucked up life and a fucked up brain. A fucked up life and a fucked up brain. I can't do nothing about that shit. It is what it is. Just living, being a human being. I'm living the human experience, trying to navigate this life and world, the lots of facets of myself that's hard for me to regulate myself because of the things that have happened in life. Can't change that. It won't change. We can just work with it. I don't know. Shit's fucking weird. It's weird. It's weird. Like, just to think, I look back and I look and see where I put super vulnerable parts of me, all different ages, but didn't even realize the treatment that was happening at the same. It's like I knew what was going on, but realizing these parts were just going being pushed out because the brain was like, I am in hyperdrive, bad things are happening, what is going on? More, and the brain was just going do. And then not being online allowed my brain to go do. Let's focus. It's been fucking beautiful to smile, be happy, and to kind of move through life without like hyper focusing on the who and the what and the when and the where versus the who and the what and the when and the where around me in my current reality. Functioning as multiples. It's beautiful having those amnesic walls and barriers just go down. Or up, whatever word works best. I don't even know. Bless you. If more people could identify that there's growth and healing. Because it's like, once upon a time, it's like, that's not always how it's going to be. It's not always going to be in the way that it was before. People could just piece hurt, pain that was going on, hurt, pain, bullying, harassment, trying to work through trauma at the same time, trying to pull all torn, when nobody would want to even have a conversation with me. Shit was so fucking stupid. Really helped open my eyes to things and just realize it's not safe. It's like, why do people always want to know certain things? Like, oh, which part of you's altar is this? How old? It's like, why does that matter to you? Other than you get an answer. I don't get it. Why do you need to know how old this part of my brain is that experience? This part of my brain that has gone through some, this part of me that experienced this thing and is very vulnerable to ask that invasive ass question. Any questions like that? Any questions? To just be and exist feels really friggin' good. Feels really, really, really good. I'm tired because it's late. And I want to go to bed soon. Sometimes social media is not always the answer to things. It can be hard out here, but it's really helped me realize who's here for me and who's really not here. Help me realize and find people in my actual reality that actually like me for me, even though this me, my me up here is lots of me's. Never going back. I don't want to go back to that. Heck no. I don't think there will ever be a time where I allow a part of me to ever write details about which part of me is there.
Yes. I think a good plan. Good idea.
What was it like for you back in that stage of life?
I mean, it was good and bad times, just like any other thing, but I think that there was a lot of defensive walls that had to go up because of the openness that you guys had. Made it kind of kind of opened everyone up to a lot of the negativity that the online world and the world at large can present, and so kind of had to be prepared mentally and spiritually for that kind of unpleasantness, both for myself and for you all.
Yeah. Man, I just like existing.
Me too.
Existing is freaking fun.
Let's go play video games.
I think I'm down for video games. Sorry that this was a heavier topic, but I was just thinking about it because I was scrolling on TikTok. I'm like, why did this person ask this question?
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Are they back again? Get out of here.
They're back again. I feel a little uncomfy here.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go play video games. I didn't know that you were gonna be nosy in here again, but bye.